The Springfarm community of Antrim town is not just the most religiously integrated housing estate in Northern Ireland. 1/3 of its inhabitants, including exiles from Zimbabwe, are from the ethnic minorities.
When I first came here, I remember I got a knock on the door from someone from the community house. Hi, this is my name. This is where the community centre is. Would you like to come over? If you need anything, if you want to meet up with people. And I did. I went. I met other mums who had kids Sayana's age. And then, then I had Sasha was still. And, Sasha went over to the mums and tots and made loads of friends. I mean, in the time I've been here, if I walk down the road or just down any of the streets here, I have to wave and say hi to at least every second door, to anyone that's walking. I know everybody and they know me. And they're extremely friendly. You stop and have a chat. In fact, it's quite dangerous walking about because you never get to your destination because you have to constantly stop and chat to everybody, So I feel very welcome. I feel like this is my home. This is my community,
The Community Association ensures there is a balanced proportion of Catholics, Protestants and those from other countries around the world.
Unique about Springfarm is that Springfarm's an area where there's 30% Protestant, 30% Catholic and 40% of foreign noises. That's the uniqueness about Springfarm. We do not fly flags. We do not have painted curbs, we do not have paintings on the walls, and we do not have bonfires. Certainly people celebrate their own culture, and they do it in their own way without offending or trying to offend their neighbour. And certainly they all take that on board, and they're all proud of it.
Young mothers who grew up in the Troubles, whose formative years were marked by living in separate communities, regard Springfarm as an ideal place to bring up their own children in a relatively sectarian-free environment.
It just brings everybody together, as I say, I mean, I just get on with everybody. So, I mean, if everybody can get on really well together, there shouldn't be that much trouble here, because everybody then knows everybody, so if anybody strange is coming in, they're made to feel more than welcome, actually coming in here. And I just think it's great. Just love it.
It is fantastic. Even at the fun day up at the school, there was foreign nationals that came in and made different types of food. We get to experience other nationalities. We're not limited to what goes on around us. It makes you very broad-minded. The different foods, the different cultures, the people that the kids play with. Even my kids learn small bits of different languages, from their friends who they've been to school with. It's really good. It's really open-minded around here.
In a year marked by fresh sectarian divisions, with street violence, demonstrations, rows over flags, the estate has been relatively free, even from the influence of paramilitary groups, which still operate in other parts of their town.
Paramilitary doesn't exist in Springfarm. It doesn't exist here. So people can walk about. There's no vigilanting going on. And the uniqueness of it all is that this was an area that was ready for demolition. This area was ready for demolition. Pull it down. There's nobody going here. People were moving out. We managed to turn, and when I say we, I mean the people of the area managed to turn the Springfarm into what it is now, and that is we have a waiting list of 300 people waiting to come in here. We have Clonmel that took over the army houses and brought them back into stock, and I think it was 7,000 letters sent across the province to people, and it's an area that people want to live in because they know mixed marriages, and because we've said about the flags, and because we don't have people banging drums from any side of the community, they can live here and practice what they believe in.
For those who escape persecution and poverty in countries like Zimbabwe, Springfarm has been a safer, more welcoming haven compared even to nations such as Italy.
2 weeks that I've been here, first 2 weeks that I've been here, I've been so much more comfortable than the 6 years I've been in Italy. I was walking down the road just by the bus stop, and this old man greeted me and he's like, "What a wonderful day." And I looked and I thought he was speaking to someone else, and it was just like, warming and stuff like that. And
those in charge of ensuring Springfarm remains fully integrated believe passionately that its ethos can be rolled out across other parts of Northern Ireland, and that this process will succeed.
Certainly not a one-off. I mean, the shared neighbourhood programme was rolled out over 30 communities, and they're all at different stages of development. I would say, it is the future. I think everybody knows that this is something we have to arrive at some stage. Some areas are difficult in terms of developing that sort of ethos, but I mean, certainly there's a lot of good work going on the ground right across the country, and I would say it's something that can be achieved and will be achieved eventually, but other areas will just take more time.
Regardless of that success elsewhere, the Springfarm model has changed the lives of Tia and her family because, unlike in Italy, they have been fully absorbed into this unique, pioneering Antrim community.
Italy, definitely, 100%. Absolutely 100%. And I'm an Italian national, but I lived in Zimbabwe for many years. So going back there, I still had to learn the language and clearly looked like a foreigner because I'm mixed race, and it was absolutely awful. And when I came here, I remember still feeling that, I don't know how to describe the feeling where that people are actually looking at you and looking down at you, where if you greet somebody, they'll give you a dirty look back. I mean, if you live somewhere for 6 years and you do not have one friend that is a local to your name. I had friends, but they were foreigners, and you'd hardly know any of your neighbors, or when you do chat with them, it's very, rough and hostile. You can feel when people are hostile towards you, and that, and the reason is very clear. I mean, there wasn't that much, it was also very accepted within that community to sort of be racist and cut people out, whereas here, I'm not saying that maybe there aren't some people who feel that way, but they know that within this community, it is not accepted. Therefore, even if they do feel that way, they keep it to themselves, because they know that within this community, it's not an accepted thing, so it's not something that they would go about doing. Because, like I could go to Seamus, and a lot of the problems, we deal with it together as well. We discuss things. If I have any problem with anybody, I can easily knock on their door and we can talk it out and discuss it, as neighbors should. No one's going to look at me, oh, you foreigner, don't you dare say anything. I don't feel like a foreigner here. Absolutely. Whereas in Italy, it was something else. That was the reason I moved.